Hi and welcome to the podcast. My name is Kristen. You can find me on Instagram as Skein Yarn and on Ravelry as K10, that's K10. On Instagram you can also find me as The Wardrobe Remix, which is where I post all my sewing stuff. Hope you're all doing really well. It is very hot and humid here, so I have the fan on, so hopefully that won't make much noise. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost Christmas time. I have actually put up a Christmas tree. I did that last week. It just seems like the year has completely flown by. It's crazy. Yeah, so we're actually in the middle of a heat wave here in New South Wales. It's been so hot, even for here. Usually we get very humid weather. We don't get a lot of heat because we're right near the beach. It's normally you get the nice sea breezes, but we do get humidity. However, over the last week it's been extremely hot. We've been getting temperatures up to about 35 degrees, which is just crazy. I do know that people in Western Australia, as in Western New South Wales, they've had really high temperatures of 40 to 45 degrees, so it's just really hot, and I hope that it doesn't last all summer, because it's going to be a very hot summer. Unfortunately, the beaches have also been very rough, so I haven't really been able to cool off by going for a swim because it's just been, yeah, unswimmable. But anyway, yeah, it's not great. And at work, we have actually scaled back a little bit. We are still really busy at work, but the temperatures out the back where I do the dyeing are just horrendously hot. So I usually go in to work during the morning and try and get as much done as I can before lunch, and then I have to close everything down because, yeah, it's just too hot. It's where I work out the very back of the unit where I'm in. It's basically a warehouse shed, like it's a big warehouse shed, and then in the actual front of the studio it's been built so it's sort of like walled and rooms, which is really nice, and we have 3 air conditioners in each of the 3 rooms, which you need in summer. It sounds overkill, but it really is needed, which is great because we can shut all of that area off and cool all that area down, so that's fine. Doing admin work and packing and all that sort of stuff is no problems at all. But then when I go out the back and do the dyeing, there's no aircon. It's just all the walls are tin, and it's like an oven. It's so hot. We have a really nice guy who is next to us, and he does like petrol installation, and he fixes petrol bowsers and things like that, and he has a workshop next to us, and he said in his unit last year it was 45 degrees, so it gets hot. So I try and do all my work very early, and then I just have to, yeah, stop. One day I'll have an amazing studio with air conditioning, but yeah, it's not going to happen just yet. So I have still been dyeing up loads of yarn. I might as well just talk about it while I'm talking about the business. We had dyed up kits for the upcoming Westknits Hiberknitalong. I was so excited to hear that Stephen West was doing another knit-along over Christmas. I think it's going to be fantastic. Of course, we're not in lockdown here in Australia, but you can't, it's still, COVID's still an issue, so it is best to stay home when you can. So yes, this knit-along is going to be fantastic. I'll just tell you a little bit about the knit-along. It starts on the 26th of December, so just after Christmas. Hopefully when things are starting to wind down a bit, people can cast on and relax and knit. He has 2 shawls that are going to be available. One is a triangular shape, the other one is a semicircle. As to what they look like, we don't know until the 26th when the patterns come out. I know Stephen and Penelope were doing kits for his and Stephen and Penelope is his yarn shop in the Netherlands. They were doing kits for the knit-along. However, the kits sold out very, very quickly, and unfortunately their time for Australia was 2 AM in the morning. So unfortunately, I would imagine a lot of Australians missed out. Also, the fact that shipping from the Netherlands to Australia, you would not get your yarn on time if you wanted to participate. So I thought what a good idea would be is for us here in Australia who love his patterns and want to participate, I would do some kits for us because, yeah, I don't want to be left out. So my idea was that the kits would be summer inspired, because of course they're in the Northern Hemisphere and their yarns that they've got for their knit-along are nice and woolly and warm. So I thought, well, let's do summer. So I came up with, I actually dyed our Daintree yarn, which is here. It is a silky merino bamboo and silk mix. I know in his pattern when you go and sign up, you get and you can sign up for the pattern and the knit-along on Ravelry. When you get your first PDF that tells you a little bit about what yarn you need, he does recommend having a yarn that has a bit of structure because there is going to be quite a bit of texture. And I thought this yarn would be perfect because it is still silky and smooth, and even I'm touching it now and it's really hot here and it's got that lovely cold feel, cold to the touch feel, but it will knit up into nice textures as well. So yeah, I've dyed up 5 different colorways. They're all on Instagram if you want to have a look, and they're on our website. That was good, my memory card just got full and it stopped recording. Anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, our kits go live on Friday. They are summer themed. Like I said, the yarn that I've chosen to dye is our Daintree base, so it's very summery. The colours that I've picked are our in-stock colours, our regular colourways, and they're very summery as well. So yeah. Oh, and I should say that the kits, they are open for everybody to buy, but we have put a massive disclaimer on it saying that if you're outside of Australia and New Zealand, you won't get the kits by the time the knit-along starts, because with Christmas there are shipping delays international, there are shipping delays in Australia, but that's fine, you will still get it on time, and New Zealand too. So yeah, just be aware of that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting that, and yeah. Anyway, going on to more yarn. I forgot to show you this last week. I actually bought some yarn online. I had heard about a spinning mill down in Victoria called Great Ocean Road Woollen Mill. I don't know why, I didn't know about these people, but I went on their website and I had a look and I bought some yarn. I got their, what's it called? La Bella Rose Grey. This is batch number 3. It's a merino and alpaca fingering, and it's gorgeous. It's just plain spun, it hasn't been dyed. It's just beautiful. So I am trying to think up what I want to knit with it. It is quite a woolly yarn, so I think I might wait until maybe end of summer and start knitting something for autumn with it. I have 3 skeins, so, and it's fingering weight yarn, so I should be able to get a top or even a sort of a cropped pullover or something. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I got that in the a couple of weeks ago, and I actually meant to talk about it on the podcast, but I forgot. And this is their tag if you want to go and check them out. So yeah. Now my knitting, I have done no knitting on my, what is it called again? Gotta look it up. Hikari sweater. I haven't done anything on that. It's been mainly all about the Bubbles and Brioche shawl that I've been knitting, which is again another Westknits shawl. I have been having a ball knitting it, and I'm almost finished, so that's why I'm sort of powering ahead getting it done. This is it here. It's extremely bright and happy and full of summer vibes. I spoke a lot about this last time, so I won't go into it too much, except to say that there is a brioche cast on, there's bubble section, and then there's garter, and then it repeats itself. And the bubbles themselves are extremely easy to knit, and they're a lot of fun, and yeah, I highly recommend this shawl. I really enjoyed it. And of course, you know, this is a very bright version. There's lots of different versions on Ravelry and on Instagram that you can go and have a look at, and yeah, they all look fantastic. So I'm really keen to bind this off, and then I'm going to continue on with my Hikari sweater, which is the Amirisu, from the Amirisu magazine, one of the spring summer editions. And I'm using our coastal base for that, so I really want to finish that off because I could actually wear that in warmer weather. This I've used our everyday sock, which has become quite a hit. It's the base has become quite a hit. We've started custom dyeing now, so you can order whatever you want when you want, and yes, we keep selling out of this base very quickly. It is actually cheaper than our other bases, and I've gone into that before, so I won't go into it again, but it is a really lovely yarn. The colours that I've used are, oh god, where do I start? Pink Pop, which is a bright pink, and then Basic Grey, and they're knit together in these sections. And then for the bubble section, I've got Limoncello, I always say limoncello, Polar Bear, which is like the grey, oh, and this lovely peachy pink, which is Golden Peach. Is that right? Yes. So yeah, I've really enjoyed knitting this. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, that's it for knitting. I really haven't done a lot. To be honest, it's been so hot at work that when the weekends come around, and that's where I normally relax and do sewing and knitting and all that sort of stuff, I'm just too tired. And of course at night I knit, but after being hot all day and running around, it's just so draining, so I usually do a couple of rows and then I just put it away. I can't do it anymore. So yeah, anywho, oh, for this Westknits Hiberknitalong, that's what I was going to say until my memory card died. Oh, where's the other one? There it is. Yeah, for the Westknits Hiberknitalong, I have chosen these colours as my palette. There is meant to be a fourth one, but I bought the wrong colour home because I just kind of grabbed a heap of colours and I didn't even look at what I was really getting at the time. So the fourth colour, which is meant to be the first main colour, is Barley. So I'll have to grab that on Monday. So it's Barley, Golden Wheat, Cassia, and then Olive. And actually this colour combination was the first one that came to mind because when I was very young, we used to go up to my grandparents' farm up in Gympie in Queensland, and we would spend Christmas or Christmas holidays up there, and this colour palette, which I really love, just reminds me of their farm, you know, with the summer sort of cooked grass that's, you know, that kind of golden wheat colour, and you know, the Australian bush with the greens and the lovely goldeny sort of burnt golden colours. So yeah, this is what I'm going to use. On to sewing. I haven't done any sewing at all. Again, like I said, I've just been really feeling tired. So I have though been buying patterns because it was Black Friday and there was loads and loads of sales, which was great. It was kind of a bit annoying though, because you'd wake up in the morning and look at your emails and it'd be like bombarded with 50 million sale emails. But you know, it's that time of year. So I did buy some Friday Pattern Company patterns. Oh, I meant to look up what the other one was. I'll do that in a minute. So the first one I bought is the square neck top. I won't show you the printout because it's terrible. I'll put a picture up. It's really nice little top. It's cropped. It's got obviously a square neck. It's very, very basic. I think it's 2 pattern pieces, just a front and a back. There's some just some bust darts for a bit of shaping, and that's it. It's really, really easy. There are different cup sizes, which is really nice too. There's an A/B cup and a C and D cup. You also have the option of making it out of knitted fabric like jersey or a woven. So I'm going to do the woven fabric. I have printed off the PDF. So yeah, that is definitely one of the makes that I'm going to do. I'm still going to make the Friday Pattern Company, the top that I spoke about last week, which I can't remember the name of. I'll put it down below. I still have to make that first before I do anything else. So that was the first one that I bought. The second pattern was the Adrienne Blouse, which is out of a knit fabric. It is has these beautiful big sleeves and very sort of simple bodice. I've seen this around quite a lot. I've seen a lot of people make it and I'm really, really keen to give this a go. It is more of a sort of autumn sort of make, so I'm going to wait. I won't make that straight away. I'll make that at the end of summer, beginning of autumn. Yeah, so they had big sales on all their patterns and I have most of their patterns. I really love Friday Pattern Company. I love their style. So yeah, I just sort of grabbed what I didn't have. The other thing that I bought was from Etsy. Funnily enough, Mum and I have decided this year that we would shop local, as in Australia-wide, and we would put together a list each of hand makers in Australia that we really loved, and then send the list to each other and then pick off bits and pieces and buy them, and that will be the gift. So while I was putting together my gift list, I went on to Etsy and I fell down the Etsy hole and started looking at everything, and actually one thing that came up was this lovely shop called Common Stitch, which I'm pretty sure I have heard of them outside of Etsy. I'm pretty sure. But I saw their Pipit loungewear set, and I'll put a picture in here. So the set is a little top and shorts, and it's just basically, yeah, loungewear set. The shirt, the top is lovely. It's got these beautiful big kind of bell sleeves, and the shorts are really baggy and lovely, and yeah, I just really, really liked it. So I bought it. I've printed off the PDF pattern. I will be making this soon. I guess summer holidays, like during the holidays. They do recommend, you know, a cotton for this. Their sample was actually made, I think, looks like it, using linen. So I think, unfortunately, the last bit of that footage is a little bit blurry. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but I'm not going to stop and do the whole podcast again. I'm just going to leave it. So apologies if it is a little bit blurry. I only just kind of noticed it. I don't usually look at myself in the screen. I just look at the camera. And then when I glanced across at the screen, it was a little bit blurry. So fingers crossed it's okay. And you might hear the garage door go up in a minute because I could hear Paul's home. There it is. Anyway, I'm almost at the end, so I'm just going to keep going. I was going to tell you about what I was wearing. I'm wearing the Deer and Doe Robe Arum dress, which is this. I can tell you this is one of my most loved patterns. I have made 3 of them. The first one I made in cotton, which was not a great idea because the pattern does have grown on sleeves, and it made underneath here a little bit stiff so that when you put your arm down it kind of stuck out a little bit. But the other 2 that I have made is with this rayon fabric, and yeah, it drapes beautifully. So if you do make this pattern, I highly recommend something with a bit of drape. You can of course make the top. You can make the dress version. The dress version does come with a pocket, which I've never put on. It's a really well cut pattern because it doesn't have a zip. So you do have 3 pieces at the back which you join, and it cleverly pulls in the waist. It's such a good pattern. I love it, and I'm actually going to make more of these. I really find them very, very comfortable, particularly in this heat as well. Okay, that's everything. Hope you're all doing really well, and I'm hoping to get another podcast done before Christmas, and then I'm on holidays. Paul and I are taking time off Christmas and New Year's. We have friends coming up from Sydney, which is always fun, and then hopefully I can go and have a coffee with my knitting group, which I haven't been to for a very long time. Hello knitting group, I'm sorry. It's just that, yeah, work tends to get in the way, but yes, I will hopefully have time to do that when I have time off. Anyway, hope you're doing really well, and happy knitting, happy sewing, happy everything, and I will talk to you in a couple of weeks. Bye!